Trump's so-called liberation tariffs are reigniting yet another global trade war, and South Korea is cornered and once again. How to survive through Trump's trade war this time? Let's turn to Professor Hur Joon-young. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Why a whopping 25% for South Korea when it's 34 for China, 32 for Taiwan, and 24 for Japan? Why is South Korea much higher than Japan and the EU?
I think the Trump administration's tariff policy seems to have been determined arbitrarily without clear criteria. The 25 tariff on South Korea maybe stem from factors such as South Korea's trade surplus with the United States, its reliance on specific industries, or the strategic perspective the U.S. hold regarding South Korea's economy. However, the rationale behind imposing higher tariff on South Korea than on major economic powers like Japan or the EU remains unclear, I think. This demonstrates that Trump's reciprocal tax logic may actually be influenced by political and economic calculations.
Well, it looks like the reciprocal tariffs were not enough for Trump because he has expanded its tariffs on aluminum to include now canned beer imports. The question is, should South Korea be worried here or not as much?
I think, yeah, it is some kind of worrisome in the sense that U.S. import 80% of their aluminum demand from the outside of the world, and Korea is number 4 aluminum export to the United States, following Canada, Arab Emirates, and Mexico. I mean, the amount is, in terms of last year, amount is about $700 billion. So, I mean, today, I mean, he just included aluminum and aluminum-related product, including beer can even. So, yeah, we need to be worrying about because, we are one of the biggest aluminum exporters to the United States.
Indeed, and imports on aluminum, automobiles, and these tariff policies will highly likely be a blow to American consumers in the U.S. because they are going to hike up the prices and potentially worsen consumer sentiment within the U.S. Why is Trump taking the risk?
Well, many economists, including me, also including, political scientists, they believe that Trump's tariff policy seems to be aimed at short-term political gains. So he is attempting to protect U.S. manufacturing and jobs, reduce the trade deficit, and reinforce his American First agenda. For example, particularly with the 2020 presidential election approaching, this aggressive trade policies may be a strategy to appeal to his voter base, especially those in industry regions. However, in the long run, like you mentioned, these policies are likely to negatively impact both consumers and businesses, not just in the United States, in all over the world.
So it all comes down to his America First policy in a nutshell. Then should we expect more tariffs to come? I mean, is this just the beginning for Trump?
Yeah, the current situation suggests that the Trump administration's tariff policy may only be in their early stages. So Trump tend to use tariff as a negotiation tool, and additional tariff may be imposed to demand further concessions from major trading partners. So South Korea, along with other trading nations, should prepare for the possibility even together measures. So fasten your seatbelt.
Well, that is why South Korea's trade minister made visits to the U.S. himself to sort things out, but clearly the trips weren't as fruitful as we all hoped. Then what kind of approach now should the South Korean government take starting today?
Yeah, South Korea needs to maintain a cooperative relationship with the United States while building an independent response strategy. So, for example, we need to adjust U.S. negotiation strategies, clearly identify the specific demand of the United States, seek mutually beneficial conditions, and promising cooperation in economic and security matters. And also, we strengthen multilateral cooperations, work with other trading partners like the EU, Japan, Canada to jointly respond to U.S. tariff policies. Finally, this is, I think, important. Enhance domestic industry competitiveness. So to mitigate the impact of U.S. protectionist policies, South Korea should focus on securing alternative market and strengthening and domestic industries. So that's the thing.
Indeed. Professor Hur, it's always good to have you with us. Thank you for your time and your insight this morning.
Yeah, thank you.